Hi everyone, welcome back again to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I really appreciate you being here with me. I'm Denise, and today I'm using Sandra and Taylor's Quantum Oracle deck. I don't know if this week might just be Oracle week, I'm not sure, but I'm feeling drawn to these oracles rather than the tarot. Maybe I just need to get some new tarot cards, but I certainly have a lot. I don't know what you guys like the best. Tell me what your favorite tarot decks. I've used many, at least several. Let me know what your favorite ones are. Okay, so this is for Friday, June 25th. And as always, I'm looking for a message to help us grow, evolve, heal our souls so our bright, pure spirits can shine through clearly and help us to navigate best in our lives. Navigation is always key. Like navigation and power were the key cards yesterday. So along that vein, thank you, the forces of love, truth, and wisdom for guiding my eyes to see the right cards to draw and my hands to get there. Consciousness, so in the realm of consciousness, optimism. Yeah, that came through yesterday too. Stuck energy, okay, and what else? Professional assistance. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so I love these cards. It's a really cool deck in that it has these different areas of life, and I love how it bridges the human with the divine. So, okay, so the theme is when we're stuck, when we're stagnant. I guess there's a simple message here. I mean, if we're traveling and we get stuck, we do need to call a tow truck, right? I mean, professional assistance is required. But optimism really shifts everything. Like back in the old days, you always had to carry everything you needed with you. You didn't go anywhere. Well, cars were very different then. They weren't just computer vehicles. You had to carry tools with you. You didn't go out without tools. You kicked the tires before you walked around, checked everything, inspected everything. Check the tires as you walked around. Make sure it's still a good idea to do that. And make sure that, your windshield's clean and all that stuff. All those things that we, still need to do. But it was different then in that we didn't have like the Auto Club and other, like OnStar and all these other different, those are the only two I'm thinking of right now, but there's probably a dozen more that can help us when we do get stuck. So we can take those same cues or that same analogy and bring it into our personal life on any level. Now it's a much brighter future. There's no reason to be pessimistic whenever we're stagnant or whenever we get stuck. And whenever we get stuck, we can always reach out to someone else who can help us. I mean, that's what the spiritual law of brotherhood is all about. It should be called brotherhood and sisterhood. I'm sure it really is. But it's about reaching out to others to help you through those times where you feel a little stuck and you're not really sure which way to go. I mean, optimism, inspiration is really, really important. But notice, she's here. It's a gateway of consciousness. And she's here on the threshold, like at the precipice, but in order to move outwardly, we have to clear out our stuck energy. And the stuck energy is really just something from the past. It's just a vicious circle that we're stuck in. And it brings in, we're sometimes in a survival issue. Sometimes we're in a place where we're trying to have pleasure, positive pleasure, but then we get stuck in negative pleasure. Like, any form of addiction can keep us stuck. And we can't move out from that until we, heal the addiction. But the addiction is usually just that we're really needing connection, and when we don't have other humans connection, what we tend to do is either overeat or go towards alcohol or drugs or something to connect with, and sometimes it's because we can't stand feeling stuck, so we want to change the way we feel. What I love to do is go inside the place when I feel stuck. What am I stuck in? And explore. Like this guy's kind of looking out here. It doesn't really do any good to look at all this mud and muck down here on a physical level, but on an emotional level, it's so healing to explore. What is all this? What is this density that I can't seem to maneuver out of? Why am I so stuck? Why can't I be in my optimistic, inspirational real self? Why am I pessimistic? And of course, we can look outside ourselves in the world and see all kinds of reasons to be pessimistic. But what if this reality that we're in, this dualistic, like 50-50 reality that we're in, what if it's just a plane of existence for us to heal our own dualistic realities within? Because as within, so without. So the law of affinity, where like attracts like. What if it's just all about us waking up to where we identify ourselves in certain ways with certain values, and these two guys look to me like they're talking over things, like, is this true? And they're studying. It does bring in people and the energy and consciousness that relationship brings in. So maybe for some of you, this will be about when you're feeling stuck in a relationship issue, because we've got people here, then maybe the healthy thing to do is to be optimistic for the place where they can get inside their feelings and figure out why they're stuck. Because to me, when we're stuck, it's really just old feelings from the past that we're needing to revisit. And to me, it's usually some unmet real needs in childhood that cause us to numb out. And we do that when we're little because we need to survive. We can't act out the way we usually can't get away when we're little with acting out, unless you have a very highly evolved parent, a caretaker and parents that let you just feel and express anything that's coming through you. That's actually the way to be. But then again, what if you have a couple of kids and the one kid wants to hit the other kid with, over the head with something? What if one of the kids is just a little too rambunctious and maybe there's some violence coming through that's needing to be healed? We do have to stop, the child from hurting the other child, right? We can't allow that. But anyway, to get back to where we're usually stuck, in the real needs, we do need to be loved. We need safety when we're little growing up. We need the feeling of safety and comfort and then connection. And then most of all, to be seen and heard and understood. So as adults, to get to the optimistic place, we have to meet the pain of it, just feel it and process it through. When we, to Meet the pain of where we didn't have those needs met when we were little. And then as we process it through, then we can break the vicious circles. All we have to do is to get in touch with the real pain and understand the real needs, and that clears it out. The acceptance of the real needs really does opens a completely new gateway. And to be able to understand that and explain it to someone else can be very healing. Like when you get in touch with something that's stuck and then you have a friend you can talk to and say, oh, I found this part in me that I didn't know was there, and it was really painful. And it reminded me of something that happened when I was 3 or 7 or 9 or, whatever age it was. And now you're seeing life in a completely new way because you processed through that pain. Because you saw how, in going through the pain, you saw the false belief, you saw the vicious circle, and you came back to yourself in a way that just clears it all out. When you meet the pain and you grieve, you go through the grieving process of your childhood, it's so clearing and so healing. So, yeah. I can't think of anything else to go with these cards other than the optimism. The optimistic way of life is aligned with truth. Of course, on our journey of navigating, we are going to get stuck in the past, but that's just to clear it out. Think like a professional. The way professionals think is they look for solutions. Yeah, we can call the tow truck driver to help us get out, but then later on, we've learned a valuable lesson that we're not going to go down a road like that anymore, and we're not going to take for granted that, our trusty old truck can get us through any, anything. And our trusty old truck could be our vehicle. So we're going to learn from we're going to learn. We're definitely going to learn when we go down the wrong road. This reminds me of the Hole in My Sidewalk poem. Oh wait, hold on. I have it close by, I think. Let me see. I had it out for one of my clients the other. Oh yeah, here it is. Here we go. There's a hole in my sidewalk, 5 short chapters by Portia Nelson. I walk down the street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I am lost. Right here. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to find my way out. Chapter 2. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. This could be a relationship issue here, I'm thinking. I can't believe I'm in the same place, but it isn't my fault. It still takes a long time to get out. Chapter 3. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it is there. I still fall in. It's a habit, but my eyes are open. I know where I am. It is my fault, and I get out immediately. Chapter 4. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. Oh my goodness. I mean, just think about relationships, right? This makes so much sense. Chapter 5. I walk down another street. Right? I mean, isn't that perfect? This is perfect. So anyway, I posted this if you guys want to screenshot it and save it. I posted it in my community section, but you're going to have to scroll back. It was a long time ago. Or you can just Google it online. It's Portia Nelson. She's the author. So, okay. Well, that's all I have for today. Thanks you guys for hanging in there with me again. Take good care. Bye.